Dear 2025, you were the best and you were the worst. As this year is coming to an end, I am realizing that this might have been one of the most defining year of my life, which I don't say lightly. Every year I learn something about my life, myself, others, but this year was full of lessons. As long as we can learn something from the things that happen in our lives, they will always be worth it, right? So I thought I would share them with you, and maybe if you have some time, also write a list. If you want to share it in the comments, I would be so happy to read them, and maybe we can hold space for each other. So my first lesson this year is, if you don't give up, you will make it. This one is really hard to swallow because in the moment when we doubt ourselves, when it's been years of trying to do something and it's still not coming or not achieved or it just seems impossible, most of us give up. Not because it is really impossible, but because we get tired, we lose track of the purpose, we are trying to be logical. But this year, I went back to the UK to visit my friend from university. She lives next to London, and I honestly thought I'll never live in the UK again. I did go to uni there, but I came back to Hungary afterwards. Visiting my friend gave me this insane hope and desire to try to move to London somehow. And guys, when I tell you I had zero idea how I will do it, I really mean it.
Hello my friends! Welcome back to my channel. It's officially December and I'm really happy about that. I think December is my favorite cold month. I made simple oatmeal for breakfast and I'm at the third book of the Fourth Wing series and I'm logged in. So I have quite a lot of work to do the next couple of days and then I'm going to London for work, but hopefully I can finish everything in the next 3 days and then I'll have a day off right before I go because I don't want to burn out.
In May, my ex-boyfriend had a 2 weeks business trip in London and I went with him. And for 2 weeks, I was the most delusional human being. I pretended that I lived there and every evening I was looking out the hotel room saying, "This is my home, I live in London." And a nutritionist was looking for an intern and I applied.
Friends, before we continue, this video was brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to create your online presence. If you never heard of Squarespace, it's an amazing online website building platform where you can create your own unique website very easily. It doesn't require any skills basically, only your imagination, because you can make it truly your own. You can either start from scratch or use one of the many templates Squarespace has to offer and then customize it to your own unique taste. I personally started with a template because it made my life so much easier and I share my recipes there, but whatever you want to do, write a blog, sell things online, if you want to attract more clients, whatever it is, Squarespace is for you. They have amazing features like SEO tools to attract more people to your website, but you can also make a logo with Squarespace and there are built-in analytics where you can check your website's performance, which I find super useful. If you also want to try Squarespace and build a website, go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch your new website, go to squarespace.com/Justcallmeflora and use my code Justcallmeflora to save 10% off your first purchase of a domain or a website. I really hope you can love Squarespace as much as I do, and I cannot wait to see all of your amazing websites. Thank you so much Squarespace for sponsoring today's video, and now let's get back to it.
In 2 weeks, I got it, and this is coming from someone who couldn't get a job ever. It's why I also started my YouTube and then I started working with my own clients because I just couldn't get a job anytime I tried. The internship now has turned into a full-time job officially, and I am currently looking for apartments to move to London. If I would have given up on YouTube, which is why I was hired because she liked my videos, I wouldn't plan to move to London now. And honestly, the same goes to my marathon. Last year I failed miserably and it honestly took all of my confidence away, but this year I did it. I really did it because even though I failed before, I just kept going. So I just want to say, if you feel like what you're doing is what you meant to be doing, don't give up just yet. Keep going because you never know. Your dreams might just be an arm reach away.
Guys, I have lunch. I made a really simple, low effort meal that looks like high effort. That's my favorite kind of meal. I have some quinoa, oven baked broccoli, chickpeas and sweet potato, and I made a really quick, easy cashew dressing. So this is my beautiful lunch. My god, this is heaven. Oh my god, The Spotify rap is out! And I'm excited to see. Let's go!
This one actually got him the same amount as I did. Okay, your top song has to be what?
My top song is You're Losing Me, that's my guess.
You got it. It was. I just want to know your top artist percentage.
My top album.
Oh, you are a menace.
Life was Sugar is second. 1989. That I don't find possible. Midnights I listen to way more. Ever more than Reputation.
Go on. You have to know your percentage.
Okay.
Alright, now we're gonna know everything.
It's Taylor, obviously.
Insanely.
0.02%.
0.02. Okay.
0.02%. I am sick, what can I say? Thank you, Taylor, for saving my year. In the Soft Hearts Club, I have this sad one, which makes complete sense.
The second lesson is to know when it's time to go. If you've been following along this year, you know that I left a 4-year-old relationship, which was still very much filled with love, at least from my end. I am still in the grieving stage, trying to accept the new reality, but deep down I know it was the right thing to do.
It's dinner time, my friends, and I'm making a green pea spaghetti. And I'm adding some tofu into the sauce as well to make it high in protein without effort. And yeah, it's gonna be done in like 10 minutes probably. So let's get to it.
Sometimes walking away is the bravest thing and most necessary thing you can do. I was fighting for us in this relationship for that 4 years when he was fighting against us. I love him so deeply. And walking away was so terrifying, and I couldn't do it for such a long time. I knew I had to leave because I just didn't feel loved, didn't feel valued or even important. Leaving was the right choice, but it took everything in me to walk away. I think we always know deep down when it's right or wrong, and we can only ignore it until a certain amount of time, until it will catch up with us. I had very dark thoughts the beginning of this year, and I didn't like the idea of waking up in the morning anymore. That's how unhappy it made me, and that was my wake-up call that I had to do something about it. So I finally chose myself.
I need my little blanket. Guys, I have dinner. I have my pasta. And I'm gonna watch It's Complicated. It's the Meryl Streep movie, and I really love that movie. Cause growing up, and I still kind of have that as a dream, to one day have like a bakery slash, you know, like a bistro, restaurant, something. And Meryl Streep in the movie has one. She just knows how to make anything and everything, and I love it. Plus it's a great freaking movie, so. So guys, I watched half an hour of the movie, but you know, I just cannot abandon my relationship. What can I say? I need my daily dose of Satan. Calm down. It's just a book. Have a bedtime tea. Life is good.
The third lesson for me is that you don't have to be the victim of your story. You can rewrite it and you can rewire your brain. I grew up in a very unstable environment. My real dad was gambling and we lost our home. He went to jail and a lot of really hard things has happened. And when I was around 8 or 9, he just left and never came back. And truly this has been the story of my life. I am the girl who is left by everyone. I am incapable of making someone stay. This is a story I've been telling myself all my life, and it has become a self-fulfilling prophecy. I started attaching to men who are avoidant, emotionally abusive or unavailable, and surprise, surprise, they all left. so I could stay the victim. And 2 months ago, when I was the one who asked for no contact, I finally broke this pattern for the first time in 27 years. And ever since, it has become my mission to heal and have a healthy attachment style, because I know change is possible. I just have to want it. I don't want to be the victim anymore, and every single decision can help to break a pattern. It can be anything you struggle with. You just have to recognize this pattern and really try to not repeat it. And you probably will a few times, but you just have to wake up again and try it again.
It's pretty scary upright here because of the fog.
Many days it feels like dying when I don't reach out to him, but every time I don't, I start to trust myself more.
Back from my run, and I'm having leftover lunch for breakfast.
I finally don't abandon myself. I keep the promise I made, and these actions really lead to change. And if I can do it, you can too. I know you can. The fourth lesson is that healing takes time. Even though now I know rewiring your brain and changing is possible, but it also takes a long time. I always just try to remember that I acted in one way for the past 27 years, and even though this past 2 months of healing feels like eternity, it's nothing compared to the almost 3 decades of patterns and learned behavior. It's okay if it takes time. It's okay if we need to do something over and over again, but every single day we are a little bit closer. So don't get discouraged if you don't feel different yet, or if it still hurts. Even if you cannot see it, the change is happening. So let's break these patterns together and let's choose ourselves in 2026. Let's choose what's right for us, because that's how we truly heal, one day at a time.
So my brother is on holiday for a couple of days, and I finished so much work the past few days that I have some extra time, which I'm really happy about. I still have a lot of work to do, but it's, you know, I'm actually ahead of myself, which basically never happens. I'm a day ahead, which is crazy. We're gonna go for a coffee. I want to have a chai latte, and yeah, I'm excited to go. I haven't been doing much the past weeks, really. I've just been basically home. Sometimes I went to train, run, and then that's it. But I'm going to London in 2 days, so that's exciting enough. We are going!
Lesson number 5. Growth looks different for all of us. I know, there is someone on social media who is doing it all, who makes you feel terrible about your progress, and I get it because I've been there. And it's really hard to stay focused when it's so much easier for another person, or when people don't see all the hard work you're doing.
Cafe latte is waiting!
Trust me, small progress is still progress. Yes, it might take us years longer to run a marathon, a week longer to finish a book, or a decade longer to find our person, but it doesn't mean we are not progressing. I used to be hyper focused on the outcome, and I had these insane expectations towards myself that I missed the most important part of it all, the journey. Yes, it's cringe, but it's true. The reason we go hiking is not just to reach the top, but to experience everything along the way. So please give yourself a tap on your shoulder, because you're doing it. Just because you're not on the top yet, it doesn't mean you're not on the way. Nourish your body, sleep enough, truly try and take care of yourself, because then you can keep going. Even robots need charging, and so do you.
I finished nearly everything for the week. I am so happy. Like, whenever I travel to London, I'm always like a day behind, and I always have to really push on the last day. I barely sleep, and now I'm a full day ahead. Tomorrow I only have like a couple of hours of things to do, and then I get to have a full day off, which I'm so freaking happy about. It's gonna be a Saturday, so I can actually spend time with my family in peace. So that's really cool. My brother is away right now with like work friends, but I decided to make some crepes for tonight. And I'm making also some berry chia jam for it because we don't have any jam at home. I'm excited. I felt like doing something fun, and crepes are the most fun for me. Crepes are my favorite food, if you didn't know. I wrote this recipe down a couple of times, but it's the most simple recipe ever because you only need flour, some sparkling water. I also use cornstarch to thicken it instead of the egg. Plant milk. I usually use oat just because it's sweeter, and some oil. I use olive oil because that's what I usually use for anything. For flavoring, I add like a pinch of cinnamon and vanilla extract. I don't have vanilla extract right now, but I have cinnamon. They don't usually add flavors, but I like to add something. It's really easy. It's something that I feel, you know, when I make it. Instead of following a recipe, I always just eyeball things. I know how it should feel, but for the sake of you being able to try it, I also have the recipe down below. Lesson no. All I know is that you drove us. Music is what I need right now, because the flat feels so empty without music when you're alone. In a crowded room, they got no idea about me and you.
Lesson number 6. Slowing down can be productive. Life has become increasingly busy for me the past 6 months, but the one thing I really learned is that sometimes the most productive thing to do is to find time to do nothing. For me, this has become my morning routine. It consists of a delicious coffee and a book. I literally just wake up and the first 30 minutes is this. If I didn't have this, I would have burnt out a long time ago. And yes, I used to have a really productive morning routine, and now it looks very different, but it helps me start my day with a full cup.
Look at this cute mug. I made it with my friend Sarah. Not the mug, but the little hearts. She has a matching one and it's pink. It's really cute. Look at that. Crepes are done. Instantly have to have 3. That's like the minimum allowed. You cannot have less than that, you know. It's the rules in my household. Alright, my friends, I managed. I have the crepes and I'm very excited for them. So I have berries and some sweetened cocoa powder in it. I'm gonna watch The How to Be Single. It's one of my favorite movies, but I'm not gonna watch the whole thing. I'm gonna do like yesterday, I'm gonna watch a little bit of it and then probably read. I have my bedtime tea as well. I love Dakota Johnson, oh my god, she's my icon.
So, I know you're busy, but even 15 minutes a day of doing something joyful, drinking a nice hot drink, walking around the block, calling a friend, journaling a little, anything that works for you can be the most productive thing to do, because we cannot fill from an empty cup.
Hello, Taylor!
Lesson number 7. You really can fake it till you make it. To be fair, I never felt more of an imposter in my life than when I got this internship. I literally just went for it, no idea if I was capable, and I really just figured things out along the way because I knew there was no way I'm giving up. And the same applies to everything. When I uploaded my first YouTube video, I had zero idea what I was doing, and now it's the most natural thing in the world, and I don't know what my life would be without it. When I ran my first 5K, 10K felt impossible, but one day I did it. I started when I had to, not when I was ready. Because there is never a moment when we have just enough knowledge, wisdom, luck, and confidence to do something. There's always more to learn, more to experience, to gain. So why not just fake it till we make it.
Friends, it's so dark today. It's crazy. It's super gloomy. Anyway, I'm gonna make some tofu scramble for breakfast, and I have a little bit of work, and today I'm going for lunch with my brother. Not sure what we're gonna have, but I'm kind of excited for today. I'm hyped because it feels like a holiday for me because I don't have as much things to do as I usually have to, and it's really nice. I'm not gonna lie, it's really nice, and it makes me really excited for the almost 2 weeks I'm gonna have during the holidays to rest, be with my family. I swear, like, I really feel that I need the time off because I've been grinding so hard, and I just need a little bit of time to do nothing, absolutely nothing. The whole time I was motivated because I knew if I finish everything early, I'm gonna have extra time off. Anyway, I'm gonna make some tofu scramble and work a little bit, and then we go for lunch. Beautifully ripe, so let's see what's inside. It's always like finding a treasure and whether there's something inside or not, you know? Let's open it together. Oh, it is perfect! Nice, nice! I'm also making breakfast for my brother. Hence, I did a whole block of tofu and I'm using a whole avocado as well. Because we are young and hungry, haha! Have you ever watched that? That was one of my favorite series ever. And I feel like it was such a niche series. I never met anybody who knew that series. And I loved it. I watched it all the time when I was like 20. Okay, this avocado is a blessing today. It's freaking perfect. Like, this is the dream avocado. Oh my god, so perfect. Alright, it's done! This book is fascinating. I'm in love. Yes. Yes, I said it. I'm in love.
Finally, the last lesson, number 8, is from Taylor Swift herself. Everything you lose is a step you take. If I would have gotten a job fresh out of university after I graduated with a psychology degree, I would have never studied nutrition, would have never started my YouTube, and now I wouldn't move to London. If I didn't leave the man I loved, I would have never realized that I can actually heal my wounds and patterns, and maybe one day I can love in a healthy way. 2025 has really taught me to be patient and grateful for everything I receive, the good, the bad, because it's always a lesson. So thank you, 2025. Thank you for the highs, the lows, the lessons, the laughter, the tears, the sweat, the opportunities, all the love I was able to give and receive, the people I met, the memories I made, the hours I got to spend time with my family, the walks I went on with the dogs, the days when waking up was really tough. But then the days when I was excited for the morning. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It all made this year exactly what I needed it to be, because it made me who I am today. And I have no idea what the future brings, what lessons will 2026 teach, but I know I'm ready for whatever it is to come.
I made dinner, which is a cream soup, and to make it a little bit more filling, I have some bread, and I made butter beans and chickpeas in the oven with them. And it's made with the holy trio: sweet potato, butternut squash, and carrots. So bring it on, vitamin A. my heart, body and soul. Whoa.